Civil War was America's bloodiest conflict. Over 500,000 died to preserve national unity. When the war ended, Confederates like Harley Brogdon headed west, shooting game for the Army and gambling. When a card game turns deadly, Harley shoots in self-defense, killing the card sharp who threw down first. Wilfred Knorr, the card sharp's wealthy father, will stop at nothing to see Harley hang. Harley flees to Cobb's Gap, an old silver mining town at the foot of the Rockies. A remarkably peaceful town, especially after dark. But the sheriff harbors a dark secret, and no one dares go into the mines anymore. Cobb's Gap is full of secrets. People speak in hushed tones of something in the mine. Something worse than their cursed sheriff. Something even the Indians fear. Tired of running, Harley falls in love with a local widow with secrets of her own. But when Knorr's posse arrives seeking vengeance, the stage is set for a showdown with unimaginable horrors from the deepest pits of hell, and every secret will be exposed. Eisner winner Mike Barron and acclaimed illustrator Pat Broderick present one of the weirdest westerns that Comic Dom has ever seen. Bronze Star, a thrilling tale of love, revenge, and supernatural terror from the minds of two legendary creators. It's not the monster you're looking for. Order your copy at bronzestarcomic.com.
Wow. Welcome, everybody, to Independent Comics Showcase, Episode 2. Today, we're going to be talking with legendary writer Mike Barron about his new project, Bronze Star, that he is partnering up with the great Pat Broderick. And I am a huge Western fan, as everybody knows, and I'm also a huge monster fan. So this project really ticks my boxes. And so welcome, Mike.
Thank you, sir.
That is a really cool trailer. Just take my money now. That's all I got to say. Take my money now. Why don't you give us your elevator pitch?
Well, you know, I always wanted to work with Pat. He's one of my favorite artists, and I met him several years ago in Texas, and we hung out for a while. And when I started crowdfunding, inspired by you guys, I reached out to Pat and I said, Pat, I'd love to work with you. What do you want to draw? And he says, I want to draw a Western. I'd like to draw a supernatural Western. And I said, well, that's fine with me. I love Westerns too. I've written a couple of Western novels under a pseudonym, and anybody who's an American loves Westerns, movies, books, comics. So I started to think about it, and it didn't take too hard. It didn't take too long for me to come up with a scenario. Once you get a character and you flesh him out so he's got a personality, he helps drive the story. So my character was an ex-Quantrill's raider who after the Civil War, he quit Quantrill's raiders in disgust because they were a bunch of brigands and killers.
Right.
And he turned to shooting game for the Army and playing cards. And he has a confrontation with a nasty card shark who happens to be the son of a wealthy landowner. And when the card shark draws down on him, Harley draws first and kills him. And the landowner goes crazy. His name's Wilfred Knorr. And he raises a posse of the scum of the earth, like the people who chase the Wild Bunch in the Wild Bunch. And they start hounding Harley, and he flees the United States completely, and he ends up in a little tiny town at the foot of the Rockies called Cobb's Gap, and it's very peaceful, especially after dark. So he starts saying, well, why is the town so peaceful? And says, everybody says, you got to ask the sheriff. And finally he meets the sheriff, and the sheriff is a real hairy son of a bitch. He's got a unibrow across his forehead, and he comes from Croatia, and he speaks with a Croatian accent. And finally, the truth comes out. The town is so peaceful after dark because the sheriff's a werewolf. And at a certain time of every month, he tries to absent himself, but he's lost all his deputies. But when Harley shows up and shows his medal, the sheriff says, you're the guy I've been looking for. Will you be my deputy? And Harley says, yes, I will be your deputy. And that's how he earns the space in Cobb's Gap, as well as falling in love with a local woman who also comes from the same town in Croatia. And she says, the curse, we came here to avoid the curse, but the curse has followed us. And he says, is the curse the lycanthropy? And she says, oh no, the sheriff got that here. That's not the real curse. The real curse has something to do with the mine. It's a silver mine. And everybody is afraid to go to the silver mine. They won't say why. And that's part of the legend of Cobb's Gap and what Harley has to uncover. And when he finally does uncover it, it's going to blow your mind because it's not what you expected at all. And it's the ultimate in horror. In fact, it's very Lovecraftian.
Wow. God bless America. That sounds so great. Oh man. Let's show some of the images too from this. Hold on a second here. Let me just get back to there we go. Okay, so right now we're at 111 backers. We can definitely get more backers than that for sure. How many more days left?
We're on Fund My Comic, which is indefinite, and I would encourage people to back us there because we're trying to get away from these established platforms, which are highly political. And if they don't like your attitude, they'll kick you off. It happened to me.
Right. Look at this. Look. I've never seen Pat's stuff look so good.
I know. It's the greatest work of his career. And it's
really
so beautiful and intricately detailed that we're offering an oversized black and white book as well.
Wow. Great logo too.
Yeah, I think Chris came up with that.
Chris Braley?
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. I love the depth here. I mean, there's no shortage of detail that Pat puts in here, but it's not cluttered in any way.
Yeah. Some people say, well, he does great action sequences, but there's no backgrounds. Nobody says that about Pat Broderick.
Yeah, right. Well, that's part of, immersing your reader in is particularly immersing them into the environment of the story.
Absolutely. And that's what the comic is all about, is it's providing a story so vital and entertaining that you become resentful if anybody interrupts you while you're trying to read it. And that's what I try to do with everything I write. My goal is to grab the reader by the throat and drag him into the narrative to the exclusion of all else.
Exactly right. Those are my part of my three must-haves in narrative storytelling. You must have clarity, dynamics, and immersion.
That's right.
Look at this.
That's toward the end when the sheriff is suffering through a bad spell, but it all works out.
Not a bad guy. He's a sheriff. Look at that shit. Pulling his head right off. That is so great. And I love the little piece of spine sticking up here. Pat had a fun time drawing this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And he's already eager to do a sequel, which is partly written.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Now, Pat did pencils and inks on this?
Yes.
And who did the coloring?
I'm not sure at the moment. It's a friend of Pat's, and we're all very happy with the coloring.
You are, or you're not?
Yes.
Oh, you are? Okay. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. We went through 3 or 4 colorists before we hit on one Pat liked.
Mm-hmm. Look at that. Is that a Sharps that he's using?
Yeah, it is. Yep, that's right. Very good.
That's good. Wanted posters. Yeah, look at this, guys. This is a book you got to get in back. Oh, here's the signed artist edition. So is this like the actual like art pages, like the traditional artist editions that IDW does?
Yes. Yeah, it's oversized. It's the detail is magnificent.
Mm-hmm.
We're very excited about it.
Yeah.
And here's a look at some of Pat's work in black and white. This is what it looks like when he's inking himself.
Right. Look at that. Got those Broderick features on these guys. Love it. Yeah, look at this is great.
There's the sheriff on the left there.
Oh, with the unibrow, yeah.
Yeah.
Ha.
Don't all werewolves have that?
Yeah, that's right. That and hairy palms.
I love this landscape.
Yeah, look at that. It's Mobius looking, you know.
Yeah.
It has that blueberry Girard look. Very, very. Oh, look at us! Look at the pentagrams on the all over the mine.
Jeez, I never even noticed that.
Ha! Wow. Well, that's what you call foreshadowing.
Yep.
Even have a pentagram on the private property. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome, man. This is well. Let's see what kind of various tiers that you have for this thing. So you can get it digitally, you know, if you want to just back it digitally, or get a print copy of cover A, which is this cover right here, and then get the digital as well, so that you can always have it, like if you're on a train or a bus or something, you know, or plane.
Kelly Jones is going to do an alternate cover. He's in Europe right now, but he says he'll get on it as soon as he arrives home, which will be in a couple of weeks.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I wish we could show that to you.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guarantee it's going to be great. Kelly did an alternate cover for Ghost of Matakumbaki,
Right.
and it's, you know, it's pure Kelly Jones, so it's awesome.
Yeah. And Pat is offering a number of original sketches.
Oh, okay. We'll get down to that in a sec. So here we got your autograph bundle A. So let's see what we get in it. Get cover A, the autograph, and then the digital version. And that's signed by both you guys.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, here's the autograph B. So you get the B cover or the variant cover.
The B cover's a little gruesome, and we were worried that we'd get kicked off if we showed that, but so we're keeping it on the down low. But anybody who's followed me on Twitter has seen that cover, and I'll be happy.
Oh yeah. Well, you could have put it on Fund My Campaign, right? I mean, they wouldn't have cared for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, Chris wanted to go with more traditional cover, like a movie poster, and so that's what we have. And wait till you see the Richard Bonk cover; that'll blow your mind.
Yeah.
It's done. I don't know why it's not up here yet.
I like this cover better. This is an action cover.
Yeah, it is.
Versus like this is what you call an evergreen cover. I like this action cover, and you know it tells you a little bit more about what's going on. Story cover, if you will.
Yeah, it's a pivotal moment. It's the moment that sets everything in motion.
Right. All right, so 150, you can get the whole shooting match. That's well played. Cover A and B, along with a signed copy of the black and white hardcover. Okay. Oh, the artist edition. Okay, and digital copy. Yeah, that's the whole schmear. Beautiful. Original bronze art piece by. So is this like commission? Oh, this commissions. Okay. Okay. Cool. Nice. Well, that's a great campaign. Normally, at this point, Mike, I say to people, you know, tell us why they should back this project. But I think it's sort of self-evident. I mean, yeah, it's you got these two great creators doing the work of their careers, working in genre that is underserved by all the main companies, and it's independent, and you guys get to own the IP. So, I mean, there's no better reason to go ahead and give this one a try, guys, because you know it's going to get fulfilled. These guys are longtime pros. So if you're on the fence, please, you know, go to Fund My Comic and check this out. I'm going to put the link in the description, so it'll be right there for you, and you guys can go check it out. Thank you so much, Mike, for going over this campaign with us. Is there anything else you got going on you want to pitch or talk about?
Well, my plate is full. After we're done with this, the next project is the second Florida Man graphic novel, and that's completely illustrated. It's going to blow your mind. It's a lot funnier than the first.
Okay.
Matthew Weldon did the layouts, and then Marcos Salazar did the finishes, and it's just beautiful. And then after that, the next project is the Nexus graphic novel that Kelsey Shannon is illustrating. A first issue, the first chapter was published by Richard Meyer in Splato Comics, and a handful of people have it, and I have the copies too. If anybody's interested, you can contact me for that. It's extremely rare, but the graphic novel is going to be 3 times that size. And I'm very proud of the story. Kelsey's also working on a graphic novel that Dark Horse will issue next year. In fact, I think he's done with that, and that's going to blow minds too.
Yeah.
And then after that, Richard Bonk is illustrating a Sherlock Holmes Captain Nemo adventure. And I swear that it hit Richard's sweet spot. His illustrations are so exciting for this. And those who have seen Private American know what I mean. But Private American is fairly subdued to this Sherlock Holmes thing because it's a period piece, and he gets to draw a lot of period scenes like St. Petersburg and London, and he goes into incredible detail. And his visions of the steampunk future imagined by Jules Verne are exquisite. His drawings of the Nautilus and some other objects I don't want to name I don't want to give it away, but it's going to blow people's minds.
Wow, that's great. Richard's a great guy and a great artist. So that's one to keep your eyes out for, guys. And is this your company that publishes this through all these books through, Mike? Who's the publisher of this stuff?
Big Comics. Big is Chris Brawley's outfit.
Okay.
But he only does my books, and he created it to publish his books. And it's a good thing he did, because all I can do is write. You know, I'm terrible with promotion.
Well, you did okay here today. So
thank you, sir.
So, okay, everybody, get out there, back these guys. They are awesome. I've got some more shows coming up. But I'm not going to announce who they are. I'll make them a surprise. Some guys you are going to know, like Mike, and other people you've never heard of. But I always pre-look at the campaigns to make sure they have a certain level of professionalism before I promote them. So if I'm promoting it here, it's got my stamp of approval as far as the quality and the artwork and all that kind of stuff, or it's something I'm interested in, and hope you will find it interesting as well. So thanks for tuning in to our second episode of Independent Comics Showcase, and we will see you again soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.